Ah yes, the Mitsubishi Pajero Sport, one of the most iconic SUVs here in Indonesia. In this video, I will be talking about some of the things that I love about this car and my own personal review of this car as well. Because yes, I have a 2019 Pajero Sport Dakar, not the Dakar Ultimate, but just the regular Dakar, which means no 4-wheel drive, but it's still rear-wheel drive. So maybe I should start off with some of the things that I really like about this car. The first thing being that, of course, it's big, it's tough, it's got a pretty nice engine. It's a 2.4 liter inline-4 turbo diesel that makes around 180 horsepower and 430 newton meters of torque. Yeah, it might not be much, but still, it's a family car. What more could you want? And I just want to say how fuel efficient this is. For you out there in other countries, it is 35.31 mpg, or 8 liters per 100. Some other positive things that I like about this car is, to be honest, it's a good off-roader. Even though it's not the 4x4 one, still, it's the 2x4 or the 4x2, I forgot. But basically, still, it's an off-roader. Like, check out these wheels, they're beefy. And check out the suspension, it's high. But still, high suspension means the car is gonna tilt a lot, so be careful. And to be honest, coming from personal experience, this car actually is like a very nice daily driver. Besides that Agya that I made a video a while ago, this car is actually pretty good. We took it to camping, we took it to like places, and check it out, 43,000 kilometers on it. And yes, this is a 2019 Pajero Sport, so yeah, 43,000 kilometers is actually pretty good. Now here's the part where I talk about some of the things that I actually hate on this car. So first things first, you just feel like you are not really that strapped into the seat. I mean, you just feel like you're floating on midair. I mean, this car is very nice. It's very big too. So yeah, that's one of the downsides of this. And the one that's really disgusting, it does not have a proper parking brake. The one that goes like whenever you pull it back. But no, this has the electronic parking brake, which I despise because I don't think this is safe enough, and I don't think that this will be that much reliable because it probably costs too much to just replace this one thing. Some other things that I despise of this car is the multimedia. It honestly just sucks, honestly. Half of the time, the screen wouldn't even register my taps on the screen. It would not register at all. And then the other times, it just kicked into daylight mode, so the screen is much brighter at night. So of course, it gets a little bit irritating, especially with a dash cam on the top mirror, on the rear view mirror. Honestly, the other things that I don't really like about this car is just the interior build quality. Cause most of the time there's like plastic or like some pieces of plastic basically that squeaks when you touch it. So for example, I think it's like the door jambs or like the door handles, and some parts of the main dashboard and some parts of the center console. So now I'm gonna talk about some of the modification culture here in Indonesia. So first things first, obviously we have the wannabe off-roaders. So these people will put bull bars, will put fender flares, and will put rear bumpers from ARB, or most likely some sort of rip-off of ARB. And they'll just pretend like they'll do some off-roading even though they're probably just touring like normal people. Then you have the serious off-roaders, where they actually upgraded the shocks, the tires, the wheels, and all the other stuff, including maybe a light bar, I don't know, maybe something else like that. But on the other hand, there are people that make this car turn into a race car. So essentially, we also have a diesel culture here in Indonesia, and most of the cars that we use are the Pajero Sport, the Kijang Innova, and some of the other diesels that we have, which I'm not going to mention because I'm too lazy. And I'm just gonna say it right now, it is insane. This civilian SUV that supports maybe your family, it's just a family car, a family SUV, could be turned into a track car, like a proper track car. And this car has an engine that is wildly good amongst tuning, because people, instead of tuning K-Series engines, they decide to tune these engines. I forgot the names, probably like 2GD, 1JD, I don't know, it's like some sort of like GD engine. Most of it's diesel, and yes, it's a 4-cylinder. And I'm not gonna lie, you could actually push great power onto this. Most of these cars are like built engines. They have like 500 horsepower each of them. Basically, it's a very tunable engine and very comfortable workspace, because yes, there are a lot of tuners here that supports and most likely tunes this type of engines. Hey, editor here. There's a couple of more things that I want to say about this car. We actually replaced the front grille, if you can't tell. I mean, look at this. It's just got, I don't know, it's, here's the comparison between that grille and this original grille. I mean, to be honest, I prefer the original grille more than this grille. And of course, there's a difference in price. Also, one more other thing is, I never looked at the engine of this car because, I don't know, I just never, because I can't find the hood popping mechanism, so bye.